Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, January 7th. It is 6:21 right now. We got market opening up in about 9 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a few things here to update and we should be good to go. All right, looks like we are good to go here. So let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. Sent out. And it looks like we are good to go. So as people join in, I'm gonna go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here. Real quick. To the 8 hour. Balance to be 1 hour. 30 minute. 10 minute. Back to the 1 minute here. All right, looks like we're good to go. So good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, January 7th. It is 6:24 right now. We got market opening up in about 6 minutes. I've marked up liquidity over here. Closest level of liquidity above is at 43,123, and the closest level of liquidity below is at 43,099. We got a bunch of liquidity levels or liquidity zones down here. So if price does swing down, we got a lot of space down here for price to come down and pull. Direction for the breakout, we'll know that in a few moments. Looking over here, we had some news this morning. So we had some high impact news over here at 5:30. It was balance of trade, negative news. So let's go here to 5:30 real quick. 5:30. Small candle right here, nothing too crazy on that news move. We got some more news moves today too as well. We have JOLTS job openings at 7 o'clock, ISM services PMI, and a bunch of low impact news. So we got some more high impact news over here at 7 o'clock as well. Yeah. So there we go with setup for today. So, all right, guys, good morning, everybody. Looks like the majority of you guys are here so far. Like I said, the closest level of liquidity above is at 43,127. Lower level right here is at 43,99. We'll know the direction of the breakout shortly. It's 6:26 right now, so we'll know in about 4 minutes or 3 minutes actually. Morning, Valentine. Morning, Maria. Morning, Christian. Morning, Lila. Morning, everybody. Looks like most of you guys are here so far, so we're ready to kick this off shortly. hoping the direction of the breakout is going to be a lot smoother than yesterday. If you guys were in the live yesterday, it was a bit choppy. Um, like I said, President Trump doesn't become inaugurated until January 20th, so we're probably gonna get some choppiness until then. But hopefully, once he's in house and he starts to take control of things, we'll start to have at least a little more direction in the market. Glenn's asking, are you taking the breakout today? Yeah, I'm taking the breakout today, Glenn. Morning. So no confirmation of breakout yet. Man, we've got a lot of space here. So I mean, the breakout could really go in either direction. Really go in either direction. So we'll see what happens here shortly. Direction for the breakout today looks like it's going to be a buy. See how the price action's kind of moving over here. These candles aren't too big. All right, so we don't got any news until 7 o'clock. All right, guys, direction for the breakout today is looking like a buy. So we got market opening up shortly in about 50 seconds. We got 30 seconds till market open. Got to make sure this candle is not too big. If it's too big, then I'm probably just going to skip the breakout for today, guys. I'm going to put a So we got market opening up in about 15 seconds, guys. Breakout for today is going to be a buy. 10 seconds till market open. Market open in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Market is open.
Order submit.
So the opening candle there was a little big. Some choppiness right there. So if the candle was too big, we would have flipped it. I don't think it was big enough. It was, it was just where it should have been. I'll make some adjustments over here to our criteria. So it looks like we got in a proper pricing. Yeah, there just isn't really much. It's the same type of movement as yesterday, as you guys remember. I got my trailing stop set to the 50, so let's see if I can move this down a little bit. I mean, it's the same market as yesterday. It's like not very much directional push, but we will follow it here. All right, so we got the breakout right there pushing. Let's go over here to the main chart. Going to set an alert right here. Well, I'll set an alert at 50. And then I'll also set alert at the I don't remember thought on that. Just so I get some idea of like where price is currently at. But like the same market as yesterday, as you guys can see, the market's a little flat on open, which is not typically what the market should be doing. So it's kind of flat right here. I mean, there's nothing we can really do about it. We're in the position for the breakout right now, so I'm just gonna hold on to it uh, and just let the market do its thing. But this isn't the type of market that we typically want to trade in. We want the market to be moving directional, especially on open, right? Because when market opens, that's when the volatility is supposed to be the highest. But you can see right here that the volatility is actually really low. ATR is currently at 22, so we do have some volatility in the market, but it's not really moving directional at all. It's kind of just sitting there. There goes price has retested this liquidity zone right here to break and retest. Basically, price broke the structure, came back down, retested. Let's see if it bounces off and then shoots right back up. But same thing that we've dealt with over the past, I'd say almost 3 months now. This has kind of been the market for the past 3 months, guys. There hasn't been too much movement, not too much direction. It's not typical for the market to really be moving like this, especially on open. So here's a clean chart. This is why I've been using trailing stops lately, because I need to be able to, if I get stuck in a position, I can get out. But here's a clean chart. You can see there's nothing really going on. Price is kind of just stuck right here. I'll be looking for some scalps to the buy side, of course. The trend here is bullish. You can see prices above the pivots. You can see the trend meter down below is currently green. So everything here is kind of pointing towards bullish direction. Let's take a look at the overall charts for today as well. So looking over here at the overall charts, the 1 minute's bullish. You can see prices above the pivots, trend meters green, pivots are angling up. 5 minutes bullish, 10 minutes bullish, 30 minutes bullish, 1 hour is bullish, and the 4 hour here is bearish. So everything except for the 4 hour is currently bullish right now, indicating that price should be pushing up. However, you can see here that there's just not really much direction. Price is kind of just sitting flat right here down the middle. So we're just gonna have to give it some time here. I mean, this is yeah, Sam said, what a poor opening, right? This isn't usual, guys, for a market to open like this and just kind of stay flat. Ideally, we want price to be moving directional, whether it be in our direction or against our direction. You want price to just be moving directional. But there's just nothing going on here. It's just flat. So we'll I mean, there might be a scalp that may come in between here if we get a sell signal that closes, but there's just nothing going on here. Let's go to the clean chart. Yeah, so you can see over here again on the clean chart, there's like literally nothing going on. The panels are so small. This is where volatility is supposed to be the highest. People are waiting for market to open. And if you see here, there's nothing going on. Price is just staying flat right here. I have to take a break from the breakout after this one. What I've noticed is the volatility is kind of picked up later in the session, which is kind of weird because typically there should be some increased volatility initially, then it flattens out for lunch and then it picks back up. But you can see over here again, price is just having trouble getting in any direction. It's pretty flat. So we have a sell signal here. There may be possible opportunity here for a scalp in between. So I'm going to be looking for opportunity here. If we get an inside bar, there may be opportunity here for a buy. There's no inside bar there. We got price finally pushing up. Volatility is just really, really slow here. See, Valentine said, I feel like there is a manipulation. It even looks like there is a lot of bullish flow, but price isn't moving. Yeah, exactly. Everything's pointing towards a buy here. So like it's in the direction of our breakout, which is good. But you can see that it's just not really moving, right? There's just not really much direction. So I guess we'll just continue to wait here, of course. If there's an inside bar here, this could set up for a possible momentum reversal, which I will be looking to take here, but it's kind of hard. It's going to be hard to get that set up here. All right, so if this here closes as an inside bar, I'm going to put a pending buy limit right there at that line. It's at the 192. Candle has about few seconds, 5 seconds there. I'll put my pending order right there.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
You guys can see my pending order waiting right here. It's got to fill on this candle. If it doesn't fill on this candle here, I'm going to cancel it. So it's got to fill on this current candle. I'll have 2 concurrent trades running if it does fill. All right, so I got 2 concurrent trades running right now. Got the breakout running for a buy, have a scalp here running for a momentum reversal. My trailing stops at the 30 mark, which is going to be right next to our 50 mark right there. Here, let me see if I could. It's probably easier to just set an alert versus put a line there. Market here is just too flat. All right, so we'll continue watching this here. It's looking for price to push a little higher. Almost at the 50-point mark right there. So I have 2 trades running alongside each other. We have the breakout here currently running. The 50-point mark is right here. Once it reaches 50 points, my stop loss will get moved in profit. Here's the momentum reversal scalping tree currently running over here as well. Once it reaches the 30 points right here, stop loss will get moved in profit. I mean, it's just a slow market, no direction, but overall it is looking bullish still. So looking over here at the 1 minute, price is still above the pivots. Trend meters pivot are angling up. Pivots are angling up. 5 minutes, same here. Same with the 10-minute. Price is bullish. 30-minute price is bullish. 1 hour price is bullish. 4 hour price is switching into bullish. And I mean, yeah, I guess we'll see. It's just the volatility here is just not very, it's not very active. Yeah, and then we have news at 7 o'clock as well. So I'm going to try to get out of these positions by 7 o'clock because we have JOLTS job openings over here. We have JOLTS job openings at 7 o'clock. It's forecasted to be negative. We have ISM services PMI forecasted to be positive. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up. So just looking for some volatility here. Here's the clean chart. As you guys can see, price is just having trouble getting past this higher price point right here, the 200 mark. Got price pushing up a little higher. And a lot of wicks on the chart right now. A lot of wicks, not much direction. This is really unusual for it's unusual for one, for it being NFP, and then for two, for it being, I mean, open. Like this is really slow for open right now. There still hasn't been any movement. So market open right here. And we've had about a 30 to 40 point move in price direction.
Order filled.
All right, so unfortunately the scalp here did not work out. I mean, it is what it is. There's just no direction here. So cancel that. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing pushes all the way back up, like over the next couple moments. But yeah, unfortunately, the scalp there did not play out. It looks like it just barely triggered the stop loss, and it's probably going to swing back up here. It's just not a good market, guys. I mean, if you don't have to take anything, I'd probably just sit tight. The volatility here is very, very low. Well, the volatility is actually high. So the volatility is at 27. It's not high, it's like normal. So we have normal volatility right now. But the direction here is pretty flat. So we got news coming up in about like 15 minutes. 7 o'clock news. All right, so unfortunately that there did not play through. Breakout's still running right now, but you can see over here, there's just, again, there's not very much direction. Price is still going back and forth. A lot of wicks on the top end right here, a lot of wicks on the bottom end. Overall, I do think price will push up once there's some direction, because like I said, everything here is bullish. 1 minute's bullish, 5 minutes bullish, 10 minutes bullish, 30 minutes bullish, 1 hour is bullish. The 4 hours turning bullish as well. So everything here looks like it should be pushing up. It's just there's no push right now. Seems like the market might be waiting for the news here at 7 o'clock, but I mean, even so, like even for the news here at 5:30, the market was like super flat. Over here at 5:30, we had a high impact news, and it didn't even move anything here at 5:30. I was hoping the slow market would be done by now, but it's still, I mean, it's still pretty flat. Because usually the market moves like this during the holidays, and then it starts to pick up and it starts to move volatile again. But right now it's pretty much holiday movement. Here's the clean chart. There's not really much to really work with here. I mean, what I could see here is a possible fake out, pull back into the range. But yeah, I mean, we're just gonna have to wait. There's nothing going on here. So unfortunately, my scalp didn't hit for today. You guys know my trading plan. If my scalp doesn't hit, then I'm pretty much done taking scalps for the day. So I'll keep looking for scalps, but I'm probably not going to take any more for the time being. For the breakout over here, I'm probably going to get out for a small profit, guys. Just looking at how it's moving right now, we got news coming up in about 15 minutes right here. I'm probably just going to pull out early because I don't want to get caught in the news spike. I think the news will push. Time pack news, JOLTS job openings. So we got the first set of jobs data coming out right here at 7 o'clock. Then we have ISM services PMI, which is right after, well, same time. It's inflation news. So I'm probably going to pull out of the breakout early. Yeah, Sam said do not follow a bad market, bro. So many wicks. Yeah, I agree. So I'm following my trading plan, guys. Just gonna try to get out of this a little early. See, Jonathan said his breakout, his trailing stop at 35. Solid. That's probably best case scenario, getting out at that. Made some adjustments to mine too, so I can get out around just slightly in profit. There's so many wicks on both ends right here. This is weird because this is opening movement. Like usually on opening movement, you get like, some sort of push or some sort of whipsaw, right? Some sort of movement. For today, it's kind of been going sideways. It's been like, for the most part, consolidating, ranging both ends.
Order filled.
All right, so unfortunately, breakout didn't play through either, but you guys can see from the market conditions here, there's not really much that could have been worked out. It looks like it would have been flat either way. All right, so it's all good. Today's a toss up. I'll keep looking for some entries here, but unfortunately, breakout and the scalp did not play out for today. There's just not enough direction in price movement, and price here is now moving along the side. So I'm gonna go over here and I will mark up today's setup looked good though. So today's setup was actually a pretty good setup. Like everything, like looking for the buy here, everything looked good because everything was bullish from all the time frames, from the 1 minute to the 5 minutes to the 10 minutes to the 30 minutes to the 1 hour to the 4 hour. And then on top of that, our scalp was in the direction of the breakout. So the setups here look good. The only thing is they just didn't move into the direction that we needed to. So it's all good. I mean, it's all part of trading, right? You just gotta eat it when the losses happen and when the market's not moving your direction, and you gotta just not FOMO or tilt into the trade. Like right now, I probably want to hop back into some positions, but I'm not going to do that because, as you guys know, tilt is usually what causes people to blow their accounts. So I'm hoping tomorrow's going to be a lot smoother. Since we took two losses for the breakout so far, I'm going to be holding off on the breakouts for tomorrow. So no breakout for me tomorrow. And if we have a win tomorrow, then I'll take a breakout on Thursday. So really slow NFP week so far, guys. Super slow NFP week. I'll look for another entry. So if the entries come up, I'll mark them up for you guys if you guys want to take them. I'm not going to take them. I'm sticking to my trading plan. So let me go over here and put the trading plan back up real quick. This is going to prevent me from making any like dumb mistakes or like blow my account. Like I pretty much have calculated to like where I've made it impossible for me to blow my accounts. So my main strategies that I'm following are V1 variation, momentum reversal. There's these V2, V3 variation. They don't come up very often, but when they do come up, I will show you guys. And then the momentum reversal V2. Lastly, the momentum breakout. So basically these two main scalp strategies, one breakout strategy, my contract sizes, my TP stop loss. I'm trading a 1 to 2 risk to reward. So this means that if I have a loss today and I have a win tomorrow, it's fine because I will recoup the loss and also make profit on top of it. So I just need to have a win tomorrow. If we have a win for the scalp tomorrow, since I didn't take a trade yesterday, it's going to bring me back into profit. Looking over here at the loss limit, you can see my loss limit is 1 for the day. If I ever have one loss, I'm pretty much done for the day. So I didn't have my loss here, and I'm pretty much done for the day with the scalps. My profit goal is 1 or 2 wins, and my trading window is 6:30 to 8. So I am going to look for opportunities here, but I'm not going to be taking them. I'll mark them up for you guys, but yeah, we'll kind of just see where this goes. Yeah, Christian said 1 loss on the momentum reversal done for the day according to the trading plan. We'll keep seeing for studying purposes, but Ninja Trader is going to be closed. Yeah, I'm going to close mine right now as well. Max said he caught 10 points on the liquidity push. Done for the day, price action is trash. The previous consolidation is scary. Yeah, I know, right? This consolidation right here. So you can see how price was being bullish right here as price build up to open. This is why I was okay with taking the buy today. So when price was pushing up like this, I was like, all right, cool. And I even looked on the 5 minute here. I was like, there's a lot of space here for price to fill, right? We have this whole gapped area right here to fill if price was to go up. So everything pointing towards the buy, but it is what it is. This is just the market that we're in. The price action is just not good today. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing swings all the way back up, right? So let me put some price down here. So we got the levels right here marked up. Now you can see we have a pretty decently big range. Decently big range right here. Let me see where market opened up. Market opened up right here at 630. Let me see how far price pushed down from this point. So price still hasn't pushed down 100 points. If we were to take the breakout for a sell here, it would have hit 50 points, but it would not have reached 100 points yet. So you guys can see here that there's still not enough market volatility to really fulfill the breakout in either direction. And whether we took a buy or sell, it still would kind of be in limbo right now, which is crazy because it's 6:52 right now. So we got about 8 minutes till 7 o'clock. We're about 30 minutes into the market. And price still has not moved 100 points. So it came down over here about 85 points, pushed up over here about 43. We were close to our 50 points right there. We're only off by like a few points. But here we go, as price pushes all the way back up. It's all good. We're early in the year, guys. You know, sometimes this is what happens in the market. Like the thing that a lot of people need to understand is that the market's not always going to move favorably. Sometimes you're going to get this where price is just going back and forth. This usually happens like about 1 month or 1 week out of each month. So let me so here. So monthly market cycles. So 1 week, very volatile, directional. 2 week, or I don't want to put 2 week. I'll just put 1 week. Put 1 week. Very slow. Ranging. 1 week. Neutral. I'll put neutral. Ranging. This is more like very slow. Ranging. And then 1 week. Smooth directional. This is typically how like market cycles move per week. So if you what I would recommend is this is the first month of the year. So if you guys remember last week, it was more of a very volatile directional market. So this is how last week was. This week it kind of seems like it's more of a very slow and ranging market. And this is usually what happens. If you guys journal your trades, I would recommend journaling week by week, and then you can kind of see how the market moves. I started to notice this a lot when we were trading forex, but it works it doesn't necessarily work, but it applies to all markets. Usually, the reason why this happens is because there's different news that come out per week, right? Like the third week of the first week of each month is NFP, right? This is NFP. The next week is more like it's inflation news. The third week is going to be Fed week, where the Fed minutes come out. And the fourth week, it's usually a slower week. So because of those news events, these are the types of market conditions that typically happen week by week. Seems like right now for this week, we're in a very slow, or we'll say neutral ranging, or more of a neutral ranging market. Last week, we were in a very volatile. And this is typically like how the market will move. So like next week, you can kind of expect it to be probably a little slow, or it can be smoothly directional. So, you know, by process of elimination, you can kind of tell, or you kind of guess like where things are and where things are moving. So you can see here that price is just in a huge range. There's no direction, which is not what we want, right? We don't want price to be doing this. We trade directional markets. So like for us, most of our strategies are based off trend, and we're based off trend and momentum, but you can see over here that there's no direction. I mean, price did push back up. Like I said, I think price is going to be bullish. I think long-term price is gonna be bullish for today. We don't have very much direction here. So let me show you the market from yesterday, guys. This is what I was talking about earlier this morning. So if you guys remembered yesterday's market, it was pretty flat as well. So we had a pretty flat market here. So let's see, from 6:30 right here up until 8 o'clock. See how the market was ranging? It's kind of like how it's doing today. Just going back and forth, a lot of consolidation. And then you can see over here that the directional push started happening around like 9 o'clock. So between 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock, that's where all the direction happened. And if you look at the scalps over here, there's a ton of scalps that came up and they all hit TP as well. Like there was a market momentum reversal right here. That was a full TP. Momentum reversal right here. That was a full TP. There's about 3 entries that came up right here between 9 and 12. The only problem is that we're done trading by 8. So the way that my edge, well, I guess my previous edge worked is that I would trade between 6:30 and 8, and there would be a lot of volatility during this period. I would just say this is the market for now. I think once, you know, once the things have been set in place with the new presidency, I think there's going to be more volatility. It's going to go back to normal, like for the most part, because what happens is CNBC is going to be releasing news in the morning. That's going to affect the market and it's going to push volatility one direction or the other. I feel like right now, I don't know if you guys have been checking CNBC, but every time I check CNBC, there's like no breaking news anymore. Like there's barely any breaking news at all. If you guys have traded with me in the past, usually there's a red banner here almost like every morning, and it would have breaking news, right? Lately, there just hasn't been very much. I mean, there's news here saying that the market's going up. So it says S&P 500 rises for the third day as NVIDIA shares jump. Same thing that we were looking for. So I was looking for a bullish push here. Same with the S&P, it's moving the direction of the Dow. And here we go, it's price pushing all the way back up. So like I was saying earlier, let me go and this is actually the same setup as yesterday. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing pushes all the way up and hits TP. If you guys were on the live session yesterday, this is exactly what happened with our breakout. It triggered our stop loss, and then it went all the way up to its full TP, which is kind of annoying. I'm going to see, let's mark it up from yesterday. It's annoying because like we're just getting in at we're getting in too early and we're getting caught in the fake out, but eventually it does come up and hit TP. So it's the same thing that happened yesterday here at 6:30. So this was a breakout that happened yesterday on Monday. So the same exact thing happened to us yesterday. We were correct with the direction. It was just that yeah, literally the same thing. So we were correct with the direction right here. Yesterday, we took the buy. Unfortunately, it came down. It was going sideways, came down, hit our stop loss, and then it shot all the way up. It looks like that's the same thing that's happening today. So we got the news candle right there. So this is the reason why I wanted to pull out of the position by 7 o'clock, because there goes the news candle right there at 7. We got a huge, crazy candle that just spiked up. The good thing is that news candle is right next to opening price, so our red flags are going to be in the same area. But we'll see. It was news negative. I think it was. It was actually positive. So if you guys have noticed the news from today and yesterday, this is like it's not where it should be. The news from yesterday did the same thing. So if you remember, the news from yesterday was negative and price just kept pushing up. Right here, the news is actually positive for everything. It was positive for jobs and it was positive for ISM services. So for inflation news and jobs data, high impact news events, they're both very positive, but you can see our price is coming down super heavily. This is how you can tell the market's being manipulated right now. It's highly manipulated because it shouldn't be coming down like this. Right? Same thing that happened yesterday with the news that we had. It was high impact news yesterday, it was all negative, and it still kept pushing up. Now it's pushing down. So in a situation like this, guys, I would probably be very careful about I'd be careful about anything that you guys decide to take because it looks like the market's kind of doing whatever it wants. It's not doing what it should be because you can see all the news here is was pretty much positive. So Joel's job openings, it was forecasted to be 7.7 mil. It was supposed to be 0.1 negative, but it was actually up by 0.4. So a lot better than expected. And same with ISM down here, but price is still getting dumped. So obviously, you know, the bigger players here are manipulating the market. So these are huge. These candles are, let me see. That's crazy. So you can see over here from open market open right here at 6:30, it only pushed up about like 30 points and it pushed up maybe about 80 points. So we had a back and forth for about 30 minutes. And then when the news happened right here, price just started dumping. Yeah, over 100 points. So it dumped almost 200 points there within 2 minutes. More happened in 2 minutes than happened in probably the last hour or two. And there was high impact news right here at 5:30 too. So at 5:30 it was a trade balance or balance of trade. That was negative too. Seems like a lot of the news events here, they probably just had a late reaction to like the news from yesterday. I think people are just kind of sitting on their hands, or the market makers, institutions are just sitting on their hands, and then eventually they just unloaded all their positions right here and just wiped out all the buyers. This whole week's been kind of weird. It's been like this all week where like if following the fundamentals, I'm not a fundamentals trader, but you can, you know, you put two and two together, the news here is positive, price should be going up. And same with yesterday. The fundamentals aren't I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. So this here, I wouldn't be surprised if it pushes all the way back up. And then fills this whole area of manipulation. Because price should have been going up right here, not going down. There's a V1 variation pattern right there that Sam identified. Double body rejection right there off the lower low. I'm glad I have my trading plan in place because I can tell a lot of people are probably following into positions right now. This is like an easy market to FOMO into, right? Because you can see how price dumped right here. I'm sure a lot of people are trying to chase that dump, or people are trying to chase this correction right here. Either way, it's like it's easy to get stopped out in either direction. This right here is about 50 points. Yeah, it's a super, super tricky market. So Sam got out. Nice work, Sam. Sam got out quickly. I would have gotten out quickly too, because you know, right here, like I said, this is the price action is really tricky today. A lot of uncertainty with direction of price. Like, damn, this is such a big dump right here. Go here real quick. I'm gonna mark that. The levels. But again, like I said, guys, I'm gonna stick to my trading plan. I'm not really changing things up. I'm gonna stick to what I planned for the beginning of this year, and I will continue to look for entries here as they come up. I'm done trading though, so I'm done entering trades on my accounts. I took my loss for the day up here, unfortunately, and now we will continue to. I mean, we'll just see if there's any other setups that come up, but for the most part, prices in this whole red flag area down here. Dang, yeah. So Sam said he only went for 20 points on that one. That's pretty small compared to what you're usually going for, right? You're going for like 80 points usually. If the market continues to move a little slower like this, I might have to just adjust my TP stop loss to something a little tighter. go back to my 10 points for the scalps here for my stop loss and profit. Because looking at this right here, so if I had my stop loss and profit at 10 points, I would have gotten out for profit right here for this scalp. And then also same with the for the breakout here. I might have to move my stop loss and profit a little closer, maybe to the 25 mark. So the 25 would have been protected as well. Those are like the small adjustments that you need to make depending on market conditions. So like the thing is you don't have to really change your strategy. The difference that you have to change are probably gonna be your TP stop loss and then probably your trailing stop, depending if you're using one. I'm gonna stick to my plan for now though. I think this stuff is for the most part temporary. I don't think this stuff's gonna stick around for that long. I think price is gonna be moving directional soon enough. So if you guys saw the news from the presidential news, like Trump was confirmed yesterday. So if everything goes as planned, he will be inaugurated on January 20th. So in about 2 weeks, he'll be inaugurated. And then from there, I'm expecting the market to be moving a little more directional. Let me turn off my hedge laptop.
Recording stopped.
On my hedge laptop too, or my scalping laptop, because I'm not taking any more trades on here. All right, so laptops shut off. I'll keep looking for opportunities here on the on trading view. I'm just turning off my laptops because sticking to my trading plan, not going to funnel into any positions, not going to take anything that I shouldn't. For the most part, we'll look for some opportunities here. So in order for us to have any entries here, we're going to look for a possible buy signal. Liquidity is getting hit down here below if you guys are taking those entries on the bottom end. Good news is I'll have this liquidity indicator ready for you guys today. I had some issues with TradingView yesterday publishing it for the public. So I will be publishing the indicator for the liquidity today. And then if you guys have access to the indicators, you will have this indicator later today. So by tonight for sure. Let's see this here. Not really too much going on. See, question from Sam. Sam said it's slowing. It's looking for liquidity to finally up. What do you think, Sean? Let's see. So where price is currently sitting right now, I mean, it's hard to tell, bro. Like I do think price should be bullish, but like looking at everything here, everything kind of flipped now. So looking at the overall time frames, the 1 minute's currently bearish. You can see prices below the pivots. The trend meter's red. Pivots are angling down. The 5 minute here is starting to shift a little bit. You can see prices below the pivots, but the trend hasn't confirmed yet. Same with the 10 minute here. So pretty much across the shorter time frames, 1 minute, 5 minute, and 10 minute, prices below the pivots. The trend meter's red. Pivots are starting to angle to the downside. So it looks like there may be a shift in trend here. Same with the 30 minutes. So the 30 minute here as well. Price is now currently below. Hasn't closed below it yet though. So it has 18 minutes until this 30 minute candle closes. However, the trend meter is shifting down to red. So it's kind of tricky. I mean, this whole market today was very unusual with the the sideways consolidation on open. And then also right here, I mean, it did a full 180, right? It was currently everything was bullish, like up until like maybe 7 o'clock. And then around 7 o'clock, everything kind of just flipped. I mean, I'm assuming it's because of the news, but the news here was positive. So I don't really, I mean, there might be a correction back to the upside. There's a lot of different catalysts, and I'll put some notes right here. So market notes today. I see Sam's sorry, man. It's looking for liquidity below to finally go up. Yeah, no, I can see that. Here, let me see. Let's do this real quick. So there's a couple of structures here where price is bouncing off of, right? It's bouncing off the sessions right here. So yeah, possibly price could, I mean, it looks like it went on a liquidity hunt. Let's go over here to, let me just replay a little bit from before price came down. So you guys see all the liquidity down here? There's a ton of liquidity sitting down here. So basically price hunted liquidity down below. So price knocked out all this lower liquidity. And here's a cool thing with the indicator. You can set it up to whatever you want. So lower liquidity, if you want it to be green, you can set it to green. If you want it to be blue, you can set it to blue. Just whatever color you guys want it to. So I have it set to green right here, and you can see how the liquidity pushes through it. If you guys want to trade liquidity, like just liquidity, you can take these liquidity pushes, like whenever price gets to these points. I would probably wait for the trend to shift first. So like, for example, I wouldn't take this this liquidity right here. I would take the lower one right here. And if you could write it down to news price. Like down there. See how price comes down. And then here it came back up. And then you can see it comes right back down with that news, pretty much wipes out all the liquidity again. But the liquidity is always actively producing. Price goes up, comes back down, knocks out liquidity. Looking at this here, it looks like it pretty much grabbed all the liquidity that was down below already. So yeah, going back to like what you just asked right now, Sam. Yeah, I could. There's an argument for price to swing back up, because the thing is, it's already grabbed all the liquidity down here. So it might be ready for it to swing back up. Let's check the liquidity on the higher time frame. So that's one thing that's cool about this indicator too. So I kind of like changed a lot of things here to make it useful for you guys. So say for example, you want to see what liquidity is on like say the 1 hour time frame. So let me turn off the 1 minute liquidity. And looking at the 1 hour, I don't know if there's anything below here. Probably not. Let's go down to a lower time frame, because all the liquidity there got knocked out already. So let's go to the 30 minute. So there's liquidity sitting up here, but I don't really see any liquidity sitting down here. Let's go on the 15 minute. So like what Sam mentioned here, and we're down to the 15 minutes. So looking at the current price, there's no liquidity sitting below it. So it might be time for it to swing back up. So I go back to this 1 hour liquidity. Let me go on the higher time frame, like the 5 minute. Yeah, it looks like all of the liquidity that was below has already been grabbed. So it might be time for it to swing back up. There's liquidity sitting down here, but it's pretty far down. So you can see the next level of liquidity, if price does continue to drop down lower, it's gonna be down at 42.7. Let me just measure it from here. It's actually not that far, it's about 100 points away. So the next level of liquidity, if price does drop lower, it's about 136 points away. So I wouldn't say it's super far. This is 1 hour liquidity. So you can see I'm on the 1 hour time frame and I changed to the 1 hour liquidity. That's gonna be the next zone right there. However, there's no other liquidity around this area. So if anything, price can easily shift back up. Let's go back to the 1 minute. Yeah, so I mean, there's strong possibility for it to swing back up from here. Sam, I can't really say for sure. Because so if the trend here was still very bullish, then I would have been okay with it. You know, I would have ideally thought, okay, this is probably gonna be the case, and price will probably continue going back up. But the thing is, the trend here is already shifting across the time frames. So I mean, there might just be a continuous drop from where price is currently at. That's the thing with NFP. So NFP week is very unpredictable, and you can see from the current candle. Let me go and just take this off. See how like these candles here, it's starting to flatten out. So the volatility here is starting to die out. So like what Sam's saying is like, you know, volatility is dying out. You think it's ready to push back up? Ideally, I would say yes, but because the shift in trend over here with all other time frames, it's hard to tell. Like this, if everything here was still bullish, like say just the 1 minute was bearish and the 5 minute was bearish, maybe the 10 minute, if everything here was still bullish, like the 30 minute, 1 hour, and 4 hour, then I would have been like, okay, yeah, definitely price should be correcting back up. But the problem with this here is that everything here is kind of shifted down a little bit. The only thing with the 30 minutes, so let me maximize this real quick. If you look at the 30-minute chart, it hasn't closed yet. So this candle has about 11 minutes left on it. Until this candle has closed, this can easily push back up in the next 10 minutes and then correct back up to a bullish trend, right? So it's just the analysis here, it just conflicts in so many ways. But it does look a bit overextended, so that's one thing to keep in mind too, overextension, right? Prices came down from this higher high. It came down about 326 points so far. So a little far down. Let's see, Sam said for me, there's one left below 47. 42,887. Let's see. Yeah, so I don't have anything right here, at least not for me. Sam, the next level of liquidity below that I had was around the 42,794. And this is on the 1 hour time frame. So this is like one of the higher time frames. If you look over here though, see where price is rejecting from? It's rejecting directly off the sessions, right? So there's other areas for price to bounce from, not necessarily the liquidity, but mainly from the sessions right here. So it's kind of close to yours, but it's like a little farther below. 42,794. That's a high point of liquidity. And that's the closest that I can see. I don't see anything here on the 30-minute. Yeah, it's about the same area. 30 minutes around down there, 15-minute. So there's a new one that just established right here on the 15-minute, Sam. I mean, it already touched it. So it came and bounced off it right here. This is the 15-minute time frame. It was at 42,914. Price already bounced off it. It lined up with the sessions right there. And there's actually a V1 variation here on the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, so there's a V1 variation right here. This could be your push to the upside. It's bouncing off 42. Yeah, this is closer to your price point. There's some more here on the 10 minute too. So okay, I take that back. Looking at the 10 minute time frame, there's one that's like right next to what you were referring to. So your number was 2887. It was closer to the 15 minute one. Yeah, right here. So like I was saying before, guys, the strategies that we're looking at, you can use them on different time frames. You don't have to use them on the 1 minute. If you want to use them on the 15 minute, if you want to use them on the 1 hour, I mean, they work on pretty much all these time frames. Like if you wanted to do a V1 variation right here on the 1 hour, it's been a big drop to the downside. This is from yesterday. A lot of people like using it on the 5 minute too. 5 minute is too slow for me. I would never have an entry here. And back to the 1 minute here. This whole area is not a good area to trade in because even if we wanted to take a sell here, there's all of the sessions, right? We have the Asia high right here, we have news price right here, we have opening price up here, we have London low right here, the Asia low right here. There's just so many red flags, and then down here we have New York low. So we have all of these sessions right here, which are considered red flags for us. And not much here to work with. If you guys are looking to take an entry here, there's a possible momentum reversal. It's not one that I would personally take, but setting up right here. The reason why I wouldn't take it is because there's sessions like in both areas. So if you want to take this as a momentum reversal, you would put your sell stop or your sell limit right here. Never mind, there's no inside candle. This candle just pushed outside of it. So the whole logic behind the momentum reversal is that when you get an inside bar, it tends to signify a reversal pattern. Or not really a reversal pattern, but it tends to identify a inconsistency with the direction of price. So looking at this over here, see how price kind of pushes up and then you get an inside bar right here. There's inconsistency in price because price is typically supposed to push back up for correction, but it can easily push back down. If you want to take this strategy in both directions, this is like one thing that I do on higher time frames. I could put a limit order here and a limit order here. Whatever fills, I'll follow that one. So for example, if this one fills down to the downside, you can just take it down for a sell. Or if this one fills to the upside, you take it up for a buy. Kind of similar to like what happened with the entry right here. So with the entry that we took right here, this technically could have been taken in either direction. It could have been, but either way, it would have lost. So if you took it down here for a buy, it would have lost because it was too low. If you took it for a buy here, it also lost because it ended up pushing up a little bit and then it came right back down super heavily. As you guys know, I typically use like a tighter stop loss or a tighter trailing stop, but because of because I thought there was going to be more volatility this week, I figured, okay, I'll go for the full 30 instead of just 10 points. But it's all good. I'm going to stick to the 30 points for now. Tomorrow's Wednesday. So the market volatility should be a little more directional. Usually for NFP, so like one thing that we one thing that we noticed over the years with NFP is that if the market's usually not moving proper, like the first couple of days, or it's very flat, it usually picks up like on Wednesday. Because on Wednesdays, when like today's the first day with the big news. So we had Joel's job quits. And then tomorrow we have continuing jobless claims, initial jobless claims. This is where all the actual jobs data comes out. So usually Monday, Tuesday are usually kind of they're neutral, if not like sideways. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday it picks up. Because we have the actual jobs data over here on Wednesday, we have the FOMC minutes. And then on Friday, we have NFP. So we'll see. I mean, but you guys can see. Let's go to the clean chart. So looking at the clean chart over here, you can see there's just not really much. I mean, it's moving, but it's not moving very smoothly. So here we go. Market open right here at 6:30. I'm gonna go and just mark up some stuff here. We're gonna look at market structure for today, like how market was basically moving. I'll just chop it up in 30-minute segments. All right, so here's the open right here where we're looking to take the breakout. Price kind of just went back and forth, came down right here. Now it's coming right back up. So see how this range, it just gets it gets bigger. So initially right here, we get a small range. And right here, we have a huge range. But it pretty much just comes back up. The price action today is just not really good. I mean, it's like how it was yesterday. And then we'll see what happens here between 7:30 and 8. If you guys have any questions or you want me to look at anything, feel free to hop into the chat. But for the most part, there's just not really too much here to take. Let's see, Christian said, yeah, that's a minefield zone. That would be considered hedging. What do you mean by hedging, Christian? Hedging is where you hedge into a position. So, I mean, or sorry, I think I might have just missed your question earlier. You asked the question at 7:20. Yeah. So, well, you're not really hedging because you're going to cancel the one that doesn't fill. So if you're talking about like how you can take it in either direction. So for example, you know, the inside bar, you can have like a buy limit here and then a sell limit here. It's not really hedging because when you're hedging, you're taking both positions at the same time. You can't take two positions at the same time for futures. You can only take one direction. So the way that hedging works in futures is if you're a farmer, say for example, you're a farmer Christian, right? And you farm, say you farm like gold, like say you're a gold seller. When you're hedging gold, you buy gold, like the actual gold, the material. So you buy the actual gold material and then you'll short it in the futures market. So that's what a hedger is. A hedger is if you have the product, but then you're also shorting it on the futures market. So if the price goes down on futures, you get money through the futures market, but you lose value in the actual gold. That's what hedging would be if you're talking about hedging in futures. But you can't take a buy and a sell at the same time. So you can't hedge a futures position unless you have like two different brokers. Then yeah, you can probably hedge it. But for the most part, hedging means that you're taking both directions. You're taking the buy and you're taking the sell, and then you're making a profit on the difference of the movement. So, I mean, if you're talking about futures hedging, like actual hedging, that's when you have the product. But if you're talking about trading, you can't trade both directions. You can try it. I mean, if you try to enter a buy and a sell, it's not going to let you. It's going to close out your position and then it's going to open your opposite position. A lot of people do that for like news movement. Like for example, see how we had the big news candle right here? I mean, I used to do it too before. So what I would do sometimes when news would happen right here is I would take two trades in opposite directions, but then I would have a set. So like, and you guys have done this before. I mean, I've taught you guys this before. Like if you ever wanted to flip an account, like for example, if you wanted to flip, and I'm not going to tell you guys to do this anymore because a lot of people have done this in the past and it doesn't work as well as it used to. If you wanted to flip an eval, like say for example, Apex, before they used to have like $5 accounts or like $10 accounts, what you can do is like when the news event happens, you can take a buy and a sell. One of them is going to hit, one of them is going to lose, right? And that's how you would hedge it. But typically you can't do that with a singular account. I don't even know if Apex allows it anymore. But before you can kind of cheat the system. You can take a buy and then you can take a sell with like max contracts. And then you would just basically flip the account. You buy two Apex accounts, one of them fails, one of them passes, and you have one PA account. I mean, that basically could have happened right here because this thing didn't have any push to the upside. News happened at 7 o'clock, it came straight down. You would need about 115 points to pass a 300K account. right there. So I don't recommend you guys do that. It used to work really well like last year. So like last summer, it used to work super, super well because the news events would just push price one direction. Lately, so for the past, I think since fall, the news movements haven't been very consistent. They've been kind of flat. Or they haven't been flat, but they've been like whipsaw. In order for you to flip a position like that, it has to hit 100 points without any drawdown. So yeah, it's a little workaround to get funded accounts like pretty quickly on Apex. The thing is, like, Apex has so many rules now, so you guys have to make sure that you keep in mind like the rules that they have in place. Otherwise, they're gonna ban you or they're gonna prevent you from buying any more accounts. That's happened to a couple people in the group as well. Not really much going on here. Price is still kind of going back and forth. Let me go and just take this off real quick so we can clean this up, see where price is currently at. All right, so the current range right now is between this. It's just starting from this area right here. We'll see how price broke into this position or into this price point, and now it's just going back and forth. Basically, what's happening here is prices like going into these big ranges, pushes to another area, ranges for a bit, pushes to another area, and ranges for a bit. There's no consistency of direction. This is kind of what the market's been like for the past 3 months, which is it's not the type of market that we like to trade in. Technically, you can take these V1. So if you look over here, we talked about this yesterday too. If you just want to catch these V1s within the ranges, V1 variation right there for a sell. V1 variation right there for a possible buy. I just personally don't like trading these types of setups. So again, right here, another V1 variation for a buy. If the market continues to go sideways like this, then yeah, okay, great. You can trade that way. But I don't think this is I think this is all temporary. This is technically the first full week of January trading. Yeah, Christian said, yeah, even Traderify changed the max drawdown to 6K and max accounts to 5 for new traders. Yeah, guys, I'm not sure if anyone has I'm still grandfathered into the old settings for Traderify, so I'm taking it a little easier and being a little more careful with those trades. But I have 7 accounts of Traderify. You can only have 5 accounts of Traderify starting, I think they started last month. So if you're grandfathered in, you can keep the 7 accounts, but they don't let you buy anymore. So right now I currently have 7 accounts of Traderify. I'm past the limit. Limit's 5 accounts now. Nothing here. So we currently have a sell signal. We have a possible inside bar. The only problem with this here is that it's right at the session. So if I do see the inside bar here close, I'll mark it up for entry, and there's no entry there. The inside bar just pushed out of this previous candle. We got some team profits here from Jonathan. So Jonathan took the breakout this morning. He moved his stop loss and profit around 25 points. So he locked in about $1,000 right there. Nice work, Jonathan. Yeah, solid profits right there. I'm a little tempted to move my stop loss and profit a little closer, maybe around the 25 mark because of the choppy markets we've been having. But I guess we'll just wait and see how the market moves tomorrow. We have 2 losses for the breakout so far, so I'm no longer taking the breakout until we have a win. So I'm just gonna have to sit tight for a little bit, wait for that win to come up. Once the win comes up, I'll start taking more entries. So it looks like we might have price starting to push up right here. God. So here we have the clean chart. Like I said earlier, I marked this up right here so that you guys can see where price is currently ranging. It's been ranging right here since 720 up until now. Price is going sideways down this middle area right here. Here's the SR chart. I'll draw some SR zones real quick. It's not really going to help as much because it's probably going to line up the same with our levels. Yeah, it's pretty much consolidating between this zone and this one down here. Going back and forth. It's like this could have been possibly 30 points right there. Let's see the order flow real quick. I'm gonna look at the order flow from the breakout this morning. This is the thing that I don't like about the order flow on trading view. It's kind of the order flow from this morning, 6:30. So looking at the order flow from this morning, everything was pointing towards the buy too, just looking at it right here. So market open right here at 6:30. The prior candle was 302, 129. This one started pushing down a little bit, but it came right back up right here. Even the numbers here for the order flow weren't really good on open. A lot of choppiness. Yeah, we just don't really have a good market today, guys. If there's any question that you guys have, feel free to hop into the chat. It's 7:40 right now, so we got about 20 minutes till 8. Going back to our main charts over here, there's not really too much to look at. You can see prices kind of just stuck. Let me take off liquidity real quick. You can see prices really just stuck between the sessions. It's not really having any luck getting out of this area. Let me go over here to the clean chart. I'm gonna turn on the sessions real quick. And I'm gonna hide the markups. So looking at this here, this is just the sessions. Look how price is having trouble getting past this area. I mean, whether you're looking for a buy or whether you're looking for a sell, this whole area right here is just like what Christian said, right? It's like a little minefield. Like there's nothing to take here because every time price gets near these areas, it just bounces off the sessions. You can see right here again, it's bouncing off. It has some price manipulation right there. So price will come down, bounce off it, get manipulated, and then it just comes back to it. It acts like a magnet. So if you guys can see here from the sessions, whenever price gets into this area, it gets pulled to these sessions. Price will pull down to the session. It'll pull down to here, pull down here, push right back up, fake out, and then go around this area back and forth. So this whole area right here down the middle is just not, it's not a good area to be trading in. Because see, you can take the sell here and you still get faked out. You can take the sell and ride this down, fake out right here, price pushes up, fakes out right here. And it looks like it lured in some more buyers. So it came up right here, lured in buyers for the correction to the upside. Then it pulled back down to stop them out. Then it pushed back up right here, and then it wiped them all out again right here. So it doesn't matter if you take a buy here, like you're chasing this buy, you would have gotten stopped out right here. And then again, right here, if you get chased to sell, you can easily get stopped out on its way back up. So Just just something to keep in mind when you guys are looking for these setups here. Trying to see if there's any patterns here. It's kind of like a head and shoulders right here, if you guys can see. There's a shoulder, head, shoulder, and then it came down. This looks like an M pattern. All right, nothing much here, guys. I'm gonna take this back off. Here's our clean chart again. So like again, this is the monthly market cycles. So again, for 1 week, we have a very volatile and directional week. That happened last week. It was New Year's week. We had a pretty good week last week. So looking at the stats from last week, we had so we had 5 wins and 1 loss last week. A lot of good days last week for our trades. This week seems like it's one of these right here. It's like neutral ranging. It's either, I wouldn't say it's very slow. It's more so just on neutral ranging. So I'd say for this week, expect a lot of neutral ranging. I mean, this is what happened yesterday. It's what happened today. This is NFP week, so I think it's going to continue to range for this week. Maybe on Friday we'll have some movement, but for the most part, it's pretty much neutral ranging. So the thing is, since we have these two knocked out already, for the following week, we can have an expectation of a very slow ranging week or a smooth directional week. Ideally, I would like to see a smooth directional week because if we have a bad week this week, I would like to recover next week, of course, and then maybe we'll take it easy on the following week for a very slow ranging. But this is typically how the market will usually move. Again, if you guys want to take notes on this stuff, I mean, this is stuff that I learned through experience. I didn't really, I mean, I've never had a mentor. I didn't pay for any courses or anything like that, learning how to trade. I just learned stuff from like actual experience. Like I trade every day for the past, I've been trading every day for the past 8 years. So I just started to notice things and I just take notes on it, right? The reason why I know this as well is because every week we take the stats from our trades. If you guys haven't seen the stats for the trades, every week on usually Friday, I'll post up the stats. So if you look at the stats from last week of December, you can look over here from our profit gain, right? So you can see from December week 1, we had a negative week. It was negative, we had like 1 loss basically. We had 1 loss on Wednesday. So if you look over here, or not Wednesday, on December, that's gonna fall under the slow ranging week, right? So if you look at the stats here from December week 1, we had a negative week. Then negative week 2, we had a negative week 2. So you can see that those are the 2 weeks right there that were very slow and ranging, right? And then you look over here on week 3, we had a profitable week where we had 3 wins and 1 loss. That's going to be the very volatile and directional. And then for week 4 of December, we had 4 wins and 0 losses. We basically recouped the entire week. So you can tell right here for week 4, it was smooth directional. So see how it makes sense with the market cycles? I keep data on like every single trade I take, every single week I take, every month. And you can see here that every week or every month we have, there's fluctuation in profits. Like if you go over here to November, the same thing happened here. If you look at the stats, you can see between week 1 to 4, basically week 3 was our weakest week. That was like a ranging week. Week 1 was only 2% gain. That was a bit of a slow week. And then we had week 2, which was a little bit better. And then week 4, which was really good. Right here. So if you guys are ever curious, you guys can look back at all the data and you can see that we usually have like 1 week that's kind of slow, 1 week that's like slightly bad. And then we have 1 really good week and then we have 1 okay week. That's from the stats. Darius is asking, good morning, Sean. How do I get the MPS levels indicator? So if you want access to these indicators and these tools here, guys, so that you guys don't have to draw up stuff. I know it's kind of it's a hassle if you have to draw up stuff yourself. Like for example, if you want to draw if you want the trend lines on your chart already, and the trend meter and all this stuff, or even just the levels like Darius is mentioning, you can get it on the website. So just go to the website. It's kodikaitrades.com. Click here to unlock your 7-day free trial. So if you just want to test it out for 7 days, if you like it, keep it. If you don't like it, cancel it. There's no risk with this. If you just sign up for it, it's fine. If you don't like it, then just play around with it, see if it helps with your trading. If you already have access to it, Darius, message me on Discord or email the website. You can just go over here to the website, go to more contact. But if you don't have access to it already, this is how you'll get access to it. So just go to the website, kodikaitrades.com, click here, and then you'll get your 7-day free trial. This will give you access to everything. It'll give you access to the real-time Zoom live sessions. It'll give you access to the entire course. Again, if you guys are new here, the course covers everything. If you're wondering if you want to learn how I trade and how I analyze the market, again, you would just go here to this website, kodikaitrades.com, click on your free access, and then I was going to show you the course here, but the course kind of like blanked out. But there's a video for pretty much everything. Let me see if I can pull up the course real quick. And if you're curious like how the indicator works too, everything is explained there as well. So let's go over here real quick. All right, so this is what the course looks like. This is what it would look like, and everything here is explained. If you want to understand how these indicators work, you go to module 3. Every video here, or every module has a video explaining what everything does and how to use it and how to use it to your advantage. If you want to learn the strategy types, everything is down here as well. We have directional strategies, sideways strategies. So right now, we're in a sideways market. The main 2 strategies you probably want to look at would be the high-level momentum scalp and the consolidation variation. So let's see if there's any of those that have came up today. I'm not taking any of those strategies right now. My game plan is really the V1 variation and the momentum reversal. But for the most part, I don't see anything here. I don't know if anybody else saw anything. There's one entry right here actually that came up. So there's one here that came up at 7:19. There was a lower low. Buy signal right here, broken close past pivots 1 and 2. And this would be an entry for a high-level momentum scalp. Other than that, I don't see anything else here. There's only one entry that came up for the sideways strategies. Yeah. That's the only one I can see for today. I mean, the price action sucks today. So, I mean, it's not really I wouldn't say there's going to be a lot of opportunities here. If the market was just going sideways, that'd be even better. Like we just had price where it wasn't going back and forth in a huge range, and it was just consolidating within like 1 point right here, then that'd be fine because it'd be easy to take those sideways entries, right? But because price here is like all over the place, it's tricky. It's tricky with identifying, where anything is, because price is kind of, I would say it's moving at random for the most part. And you can see over here from the 30-minute candle, this candle actually didn't even close below it. So if you guys remember earlier from this morning, like I said, I would wait until this candle here actually closes below, because if it doesn't close below, this can easily just shift back up. You can see right here at this previous candle, price came down, and this is where I was saying, okay, wait for the candle to close before you start looking for any sells. This here didn't actually close below. It shot right back up and it closed above the pivots. So same with this candle here. This candle has 9 minutes left on it. So that's a lot of time for price to swing back up and then just stay above there. Because if that becomes the case, then price might climb up and correct back to where it was earlier this morning. But I mean, a lot of stuff in the market is just not really making sense today. If you guys looked at the news from this morning, again, the news from this morning was it was positive. So like if you look at the fundamentals, you'd expect price to be bullish. This morning, the overall trend was bullish. It was bullish on the 1, 5, 10, 30-minute and 1 hour. and the news was positive. But even so, price still came down super heavily. So, I mean, it is what it is. That's just the type of market that we're currently in. When the market moves like this and it's very unpredictable, it's best to just sit out the market. For me personally, I just sit out. I don't have to force anything. I took one trade today. I took a loss. It's fine. Like I said, I'm doing these trades with a 1 to 2 risk to reward. So, this loss for today, if I have a win tomorrow for the full TP, then I'm going to recoup this loss and then I will be back in profit. So I'm just hoping the volatility stays up. I really didn't like how the market was moving this morning. So again, let me just mark this up over here to remind you guys how the market was moving this morning. So this is the market movement from this morning. It moved like this for like basically the first 15 to 20 minutes. This usually doesn't happen on open. If you guys have been trading if you guys have been trading at all, you know that market volatility is very high on open, right? So this right here was very, very unusual. This happened today and it happened yesterday where the consolidation just went sideways. Same thing happened yesterday when we took the breakout. Price went sideways and just flat for like a good, 20 minutes or so. And then it just ended up moving. So it's just what you got to deal with. The market's not always going to be perfect. Like today, the market was far from perfect. Yesterday, the market was far from perfect. In general, like I said, this is just part of the monthly market cycles. So we're currently in a neutral ranging. And I'm hoping that it starts to pick up as we progress through the week. So, all right, guys, if there's any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. 7:53 right now. So we got market getting to the 8 o'clock mark. This is my cutoff for trading completely. Looking at the current setup right now, I don't really see anything here, or actually technically there could be a possible inside candle that may come up from now until 8 o'clock. So I'll keep looking for possible opportunities here. The only problem is that you're going to be stuck right here at the session. So, I mean, it wouldn't matter if you have an inside candle within this area. I wouldn't take the trade because this is going to be considered red flag, of course. Right, there's a lot of red flags around this area indicating that, okay, you probably should not take any trades within this area because manipulation and fake outs can happen. You can see your price is currently bouncing off the sessions. This whole area is red flag. So we got the Asia high right here, London low right here, Asia low right here, New York low right here. You have news price up here. So it doesn't matter wherever price moves within this area. Red flag right there. Red flag right there. Right there. Right there. And also down here. So if you want to just watch how price moves here, look how price is rejecting off the sessions. I can almost guarantee there's going to be some sort of reaction when price gets to this point. Obviously, there's no guarantees in trading, but from my experience, there's going to be some sort of reaction right here. Price reaches this red line right here. It's either going to bounce off it or it's going to blast right through to the next one. But at one of these points, price is going to bounce off it and it's going to be manipulated. See how this manipulation happens right here? Price bounces off the purple line, kind of sits at the purple line, comes up, thinks people identifies that price is likely to break out. So it goes out this way, it breaks out to this green line right here. See how it fakes out and pushes right back up? And then it goes back into that sideways move right here. So sideways, fake out, sideways. All right, guys, I think this is going to be it for the day. If this candle closes with the inside bar, you can possibly set a pending order down here. Again, I wouldn't recommend taking it because, and there's no inside bar there. So there goes the setup that we were probably looking for. It's pretty much been invalidated. So there's probably not going to be anything from here until 8 o'clock. Yeah, today just wasn't a good day. Price action sucked. A lot of volatility was pretty much flat for the most part where it should have been moving. And I think it'd probably be best to just sit out of the market for the day, guys. We don't have any more news for today, so I think this is going to be the market for a while. I think probably around 9 o'clock, the volatility may pick back up. This is exactly what happened yesterday. We had a back and forth market, and then around 9 o'clock, the market started to move. So what happened here was price came up, and then it started coming back down super smoothly between 9 and 12 yesterday. So if you guys want to keep trading, I would probably wait until 9 o'clock Pacific time. Otherwise, I would probably just wrap it up for the day. I took my loss for the day, so I'm not taking anything else. My trading plan, again, if you guys are not familiar with it, or if you guys are new here, I believe if you guys follow this trading plan, you should be profitable overall for the year. So I know we're having a little bit of a rough week this week. Today and yesterday, market was super choppy. Last week was great though. Last week we had 4 wins and 1 loss. So last week was good following my trading plan here. This week was a little choppier, so kind of just sticking to the game plan. Hopefully, the next couple of days will pick up so we can recoup our loss from today, and then bring us back into profit. But other than that, this is my trading plan. I have my loss for the day, so I'm pretty much done. Basically, in order for me to blow my account, I have to have 5 back-to-back losses. I've only had 1 loss today, so I have to have 4 more back-to-back losses for me to blow my account. And I'm just going to stick to my plan. This indicates that if the market's not moving in my favor, then I typically lose a trade. So if I ever lose a trade, I'm just going to sit out and then come back tomorrow fresh. Hopefully the market is moving in my favor, and then I'll make that right back, and then we'll be back in the game for the most part. And Shannon said, I see exactly what you're looking at, and I understand it. Yes, Shannon, my main goal here is really, your goal as a trader, guys, is to be a risk manager, right? That's really what you are. You're not here to get lucky, right? You're not here to FOMO into trades and try to get as many trades as possible. Your job as a trader is really to prevent losses. Because the thing is, if you have a trading plan, like for example, I have my trading plan right here. I know my wins are going to happen because these trades come up every so often. The real thing is, can you prevent yourself from blowing your account, right? Because I'm sure it's happened to a lot of you guys where you have a lot of good days and then you have 1 bad day. You can't let that 1 bad day blow your account. That's why for me, I have a loss limit. And once I have that loss, I'm like, all right, market's not moving in my favor. Come back tomorrow, run it back again. So if you guys want to screenshot this, if you guys want to copy what I'm doing for the next 12 months, I'm going to be following this trading plan. Main strategies are right here. Contract sizes I'm using are going to be right here. This is my TP stop loss. This is my loss limit, my profit goal, and my trading window. Like I said, my trading window is from 6:30 to 8. It's about to be 8 o'clock, so I'm about to be done for the day. Yeah, exactly, Sam. I'm gonna come back tomorrow fresh. We'll take some more scalps tomorrow. Hopefully the market's gonna be more directional and we can bring that back. I actually just need 1 trade because we only took 1 trade for the day. So that right there, if I give that 1 to 2 tomorrow, it'll make it back and then profit on top. So, all right, guys, I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'm gonna wrap this up for the day, and I will see you guys back here tomorrow for the next live session. So, all right, guys, I'll see you.